Psychological horror film Clock gives birth to terror as it follows a woman enrolling in a clinical trial to try and fix her biological clock after being pressured to have children. Take a look.
There's a couple of empty chairs at the table.
Dad, can we not? I don't want children. I never have. I actually don't have a clock.
Deep breath.
I might be a tough case.
You're not a case to me, Ella. You're a human being. And the best kind, too.
What kind is that?
A woman.
And Dianna Agron, who stars as Ella, joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so how is Clock different from your average thriller?
I mean, centering fertility and women's desires and body autonomy at the core of this story, I think, is a strong new point of direction for this film.
It seems terrifying just from the little bit that we saw right there. Is there any part of you when you're working on a horror film that you take with you after you leave the set?
You have to shake off a lot. There was so much physical. You know, there were stunts involved. There was like really intense stunts, actually. So I was going home with bruises and cuts and scrapes, and then just the amount of energy required to take on this. I lost my voice the second to last day of filming, had to have a steroid shot. So, you know, just those things.
What attracted you to this role?
I think that it was very easy per my life experience. I'm a woman in my later 30s who has experienced people having a lot of opinions about how and when you're doing certain things, especially as it relates to your choices in this type of avenue.
How do you think this will resonate with women who are constantly questioned or critiqued about when are you going to have kids?
Sure.
Why aren't you having kids?
Sure. I think our hope is that this film is not trying to say women shouldn't have kids or women should have kids. This is just about people being open to personal choice, being personal choice, and being more supportive of what people want and their natural desires, even if it doesn't align with their own.
It feels like body autonomy is a really big, broad discussion right now that even applies here. Would you say that this is especially timely?
Yes, yes. I mean, the last day that we were filming was when Roe was being overturned, and that obviously was something that was very disheartening and continues to be so. And so, for all of those reasons, I think it's really topical.
And not only are you starring here in Clock, but you also produced and star in Acid Man, which debuted at the Tribeca Film Festival this past summer. Yeah. Talk to us about that.
It was just so fun to put that together because we built it from the ground up. Alex Slayman brought it to me, and I just so loved his work, and I really wanted to be involved in a filmmaking process where there was improv at the center of the making of that film. I thought it would be so fresh to get that freedom. And both he and Thomas Hayden Church and I kind of really talked for the 8 months prior to his filming about who these characters were and what we could potentially access when we hit the ground running. And we went to Oregon, and we were a tiny, tiny team. It was 2021, so still things were very hard. It was just very hard to get things made. And we just had so much fun discovering who those people were and the natural beauty that surrounded us in Oregon. That was very, very special.
And more than half the dialogue was improv.
Yeah.
You talk about a freedom to that. To me, that would be super unnerving.
Sure.
How do you prepare for that? You know, because then not only do you not know what you're going to say, you don't know what the person is going to say to you.
Sure, sure. I mean, there were certain scenes that were really close to our original dialogue that had been written, and then, I mean, I think you can kind of tell when you watch as well where a lot of personal truths might have come from. But I loved that opportunity. I would love to have that experience again in a different project.
Do you have a favorite kind of role or a favorite kind of project you like to work on?
Not really. I just feel very lucky that I have worked with such incredible people in front of the camera, behind the camera, top to bottom. Every experience that I've had has just given me a lot of joy, especially these last couple years, especially coming back from a scenario where everything shut down and we didn't know how and when we could rebuild. And Acid Man was the first thing that I shot. And having that to kind of dream about during those beginning months and that first year of the pandemic was really, really helpful because it was the light at the end of the tunnel.
Finally, we are out of that, it seems. Dianna, thank you so much for coming by. Really enjoyed talking with you. Want to let our viewers know that Clock premieres exclusively on Hulu on April 28th, and Acid Man is now available on demand.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.